Well, you're coming from a throne. I don't think so. You're trying to come from the throne. What's up?
I just want my money.
No, you didn't get that. You didn't get that. It's going in my pocket.
See, that's
going in my pocket.
Let me help you out. See, I don't shoot for
Shit, no, it ain't go damn win, Klaus.
That's what you gotta do.
so I get my shit.
Oh, see, I'm trying to win.
See,
I'm trying to win.
can't-
I'm trying to beat all
Wait,
y'all.
wait, wait. If you can't get in the playoffs, though,
Yeah,
you ain't gonna win.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Look, ask Coach Boyd
Woo.
how that work out.
Woo. Sometimes you don't want to be in the playoffs.
You need to turn this down, don't you?
What's up, Scotty?
Tired.
Check.
You got to look just a wee bit happier than what you do right now.
I'll get ready.
Producer Mike.
Nah, I'll be excited about
Do we need to
9:30.
go and buy you a $2 hole or something?
That'd probably be good.
Nah.
Day 2 counts already got you down.
Nah, I'll be happy about 9:30 when, you know, history gets made and stuff.
Oh my God. Mm.
I guess I'll wait and see what the first results are going to look like. And then
This could be.
It's over.
I mean,
Done
they go
by
break
like
records.
7:30.
They're breaking records out here.
nah.
What's gonna be done by?
No, sir.
No way.
I'm gonna say like 51-48, 52-48.
I
So
said
51
60-40.
49, something like that. She ain't gonna get to 50.
It's going to be just like it has been in the past.
It's gonna be Obama, 2012. She gonna break that.
Yeah.
I don't
They got a
know.
bet saying when will CNN call it? It's, over-under is 11:15 Eastern time.
Under.
Damn.
He's going to still get the normal places.
Hey, Mike.
Alabama, Tennessee.
Can we like do
So,
like different music and stuff like that for our shows and everything? Like, can we like? What if we wanted to kind of get good with this show? Can we do like
You're starting to ask for shit.
music, like real music though?
Yeah, real music on the radio.
We can't,
I can do music on the TV side.
cause we ain't gonna get like sued. I mean somebody to watch it, but like
No, I'm
once
saying
it's
YouTube.
big. But
YouTube shuts
let's give
it down.
credit.
YouTube will make it muted.
Oh, okay.
If it's copyright.
What if you give credit at the bottom though?
We've been anytime like sports call will
Yeah.
come in at a break, and they get a very snippet of whatever song they're playing in. Usually like
YouTube's on top of their shit, aren't they?
man, crazy.
You get 30 seconds.
I kind of want to do something different with this show. If they'll let me, if they'll let us.
It needs to be different. We need to look at 2017. Whatever ideas we got, 'cause it needs to be, especially when we stay in here. It don't need to look like the same show.
Yeah, can we like go a different route?
So you got to bring folks in here now like you did up in
Not here, huh?
JR's? Yeah.
That was awful anyway.
Huh?
Shit's boring.
Now this is the early 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock, local show.
Hey, you're already on YouTube right now. Give me a test.
Check. Check. What you doing, man?
I was just reading.
Check. feels late now that the time's finally changed, but I'm your host, Adam Blankenship. I'm with Scott Hardy tonight in the Lake Martin Sports Roundup. Lots of playoff football going on last week, so we're going to touch a lot on that and everything as well. Alabama had a big win against LSU this past weekend. Auburn had a big win against Vanderbilt as well. I couldn't say with a straight face. We'll get more into that too, Scott. But first off, how's everything going, man?
It's going well, man. It's Election Tuesday, so obviously a big, important day for our country. So make sure that you still have an opportunity to go out and vote. I guess we have another hour or so before the polls close here. Again, if you still have an hour or so to get out and vote, very important election again. So that was today, Election Tuesday.
Congratulations also on officially starting your tenure as city council and everything. So I know you're excited about that.
Yeah, we're extremely excited about it, and we appreciate the support of the community, and we look forward to providing you with a product that I hope that everyone is pleased with. But we'll dive into that a little bit later on. But again, Scott and Adam here with you as we are each and every Tuesday from 6 to 7, and we're doing things a little different. We are in the studio, so we have an opportunity to do some different things now compared to what we were doing before. But obviously, we're in the thick of things in terms of high school playoffs, and a couple of the teams in our area were unfortunately put out of the playoffs last Friday, and we'll start there, Adam, with the Benjamin Russell Wildcats, who fall to Hillcrest, who's the number one team in 6A, 40-16, and it was one of those things where, honestly, earlier in the game, Wildcats really came out fired up. Actually, took the lead 6-0 to begin with, and we're up 13-6. Ended up at one point was tied 13-13. But after that, the Wildcats kind of did what they'd done most of the season, was they weren't able to correlate the early part of the game success to the latter parts, and the depth of Hillcrest got to them. Yeah, and that's the main thing right there too, is the lack of depth that we had all season long. We just couldn't run with some of these bigger 6A or I guess more talented 6A programs. And you're looking at a team in Hillcrest that has lots of Division I athletes out there. Running backs going to Alabama, so he's an absolute stud as well. But it's just one of those things where you can't really keep it up, and you can't sit there and run with that when you don't have the extra guy that can come in and give you some rest, especially when you're running a guy, when you got guys playing both ways too. So that makes it really difficult. But then again, it's just one of those things that happen. It's kind of been a season like that all year long. Kind of went into it a little bit expecting, it needed a lot of good things to happen in order for Benjamin Russell to win that. But overall, just not able to pull it off. Yeah, and the Wildcats finished the season 3-8 on the year, and obviously we're extremely pleased with this senior class. They were part of some tremendous seasons. Actually, were part of a group that had 4 straight 10-win seasons, so they were accustomed to winning. But again, you hate to see them go out this way, especially you look at this senior class and some guys like a N'Kobe Maxwell, who will go down as arguably one of the better running backs in program history, and you hate that the record doesn't necessarily correlate with the success he had this year. But I'm very excited for him to see what will happen. We had the opportunity to talk to Luke Robson on Saturday, and he's been catching up with N'Kobe, kind of doing a recruiting diary, and I think this will give him some more time now to really take advantage of the recruiting cycle, and this will be, really he hasn't even taken a visit yet, so I think now will be the time when he's able to do so. But again, the Wildcats finished 3-8 on the year, and I hate to say it in this way, but this will be the first time in a while, because of the success of the football team, that the basketball team will actually have their allotment of players and their starting 5 from the jump. So I think that actually helps them. I know Coach Hines will be appreciative of that, and I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, 9th grade basketball begins in Alex City today, so we'll try to get you an update on that. But definitely some big-time matchups going on across the state. But again, we just want to say hats off to our Benjamin Russell Wildcats. Although not a successful record season, they did make the playoffs, and that continues a stretch of 5 years there, or 6 years rather, where they've been in the playoffs. So you have to tip your hat to them, and I think that Coach Horn and company will get back to work immediately. It's something they've done every time after they've lost in the playoffs. They take a week off and they get right back to it. So I think that with this young core of players that they have, I would anticipate this being a team, 2 years from now, with Landon Cotton at quarterback and this freshman class who put up a tremendous season, especially from the defensive side. I think that going forward, from personnel changing and some philosophy changes as well, both offensively and defensively, I think you'll see a different product on the field. Yeah, definitely. And like you said, it's a tough season for the Wildcats, but, just
take this experience and apply it next year. But one of the teams that did have some success in our local area is the Central Clay Volunteers, as they took on Jemison this past Friday night. Got a 56-14 win in their first round match. Look very strong, more of the same that they've been all season long. It's been Ben Street, it's Cameron Peoples, and it's Devin Flournoy. They've completely, you could tell going into that game that their game plan was to get their playmakers the ball and get them in space. Devin had 3 or 4 screens to start the game off, and he was getting 9-10 yards a pop. And you could tell straight from the beginning that this was going to get out of hand quick. The Jemison team come in 3-7 as well. Really wasn't a dynamic team. Average about the same points offensively and defensively. So I think this could be a really good game. I feel like it could be one of the better games this week in 5A because I think this St. Paul team is not the same St. Paul that we're used to dominating every single season, especially not whenever we saw them firsthand when Trey Williams came in and pretty much dominated Benj Russell. That I wouldn't say dominated, but he left his mark on the field at defense. But these two teams have met each other once again back in 2014, and the score was 38-7 St. Paul. So I'm sure this is something Central Clay really wants to get some revenge on and really redeem it. Have the athletes to do it, to be honest with you. Cameron Peoples is outstanding. I mean, he was able to make probably the big plays throughout the game. Just one cut and go. And then Sheffield's record of their opponents that they played this year was 56. You feel like you're playing some good teams there. Fetz,
Martin area's largest volume S&S Tower.
It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions, customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit
Welcome back in, and thanks for joining us on Sports Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show. Adam Blankenship and Scott Hardy here with you. Yeah, and I mean this.
There is Oak Mountain Hewitt Trust
Center and Russell Building Supply. Experience and knowledge from the pros.
Comfort and FlexSteel's signature blue steel construction. At Holly's Home Furnishings, we have a variety of different fabric
and trustworthy roofing company to it. That company is Preferred Roofing. Working for both commercial and residential, you can trust our licensed and trained roofing contractors. Don't wait any further. Call us today at 334-202-5483 or contact
me because of the 3. I think I'm the GOAT owner of those 3. But you score there for them, and again, McAdory defeated Wetumpka, and that's you don't really see those northern teams kind of struggle early in the playoff brackets, but maybe Wetumpka wasn't all that we thought they were.
So see what
routine. That was probably the one team that I'm excited the most to see is that. And
interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying with Opelika and Daphne though, those perennial powers. But it's hard for me to go against Opelika, but I like Daphne in that game.
Daphne is 9-2 coming into the first 2 games of the year. Austin and Pennsylvania.
And they service always at a fair price.
At 18 minutes left in tonight's program, Adam Blankenship and Scott Hardy were here with you, and we just broke down the 7A and 6A class.
Shut down that run game, so that kind of went to plan. The only thing that really caught me off guard was offense Alabama could get together. They came in with an outstanding keeping her 15 years, and everyone has been Alabama. So that's pretty interesting, right?
I don't care. The last time they were shut out actually was, who the coach was? It was Saban in 2003 when they were shut out at home. So in 2003 was it not?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's it. Oh, that's true. That's true. At home, 2003 was Nick Saban. So that is correct in that time. But having said that, Alabama had their win. Congratulations to them. Number 1. Yada yada. Another team in the state.
What happened?
I guess that is what a trap game is. But
here's my thing though too, and you can say, well, we started John Franklin first half, and obviously he's not the guy there. But once Sean White got in, you still only put up 13 points. I mean, if they had just a somewhat, I guess, I guess, decent run game, then it could have been a different story. They seem like their defense has kind of been exposed a little bit.
Let me break this down as usual. So I don't understand why Auburn fans can't have the same excitement for
It's because
marketing solution.
Meet the new Central Alabama, David Chabot. By new Met, we mean MetLife Auto and Home. With MetLife's 146-year reputation and David's local insurance experience, you and your family get the best rates and service for auto, home, life, or business. Ask about MetLife's Grand Protect policy. If your home were destroyed by a covered loss, MetLife pays the full replacement cost. No depreciation and no cap. That's the peace of mind that only MetLife can deliver. Meet the new Met. Chabot of MetLife Auto and Home, 334-321-7250 or davidchabot.metlife.com. Boaters in the Lake Martin area know whether you need service, maintenance, repairs, a great selection of pre-owned boats, or a brand new Landau pontoon. Alex City Marine at the corner of 63 and 280 is there for you. Thanks to a record-setting sales year, Alex City Marine now has one of the finest pre-owned inventories they've...
Fleet rental, or just a better way to get around, Fun Carts of Opelika has it and will customize it to your needs.
I know you've heard enough about the election. You've probably gone out there and you're probably a little tired of this. So why don't you just hang out with us for about 2 hours? Because I know he's going.
You know, he likes Kentucky, so I don't ask. So well, I guess we'll find out Thursday.
We will find out Thursday, and I believe he's going to make that announcement at the
younger players. Devontae Lanier, who's a senior in staff, 6'7", will go probably mid-major, and we've got 5 seniors that a possibility that could play, get scholarship.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a minute with more Sports Blitz Live.
Is our number one concern. Advance.
So the caution is on.
Go Carts.
We'll blink. We'll be in Birmingham for the finals.
It
just really will go by fast.
To a sure thing since some of the great Hoover teams
Sure,
in any classification.
Sure. And we'll start at the bottom and we'll move up as far as bottom. I mean 1A, and then we'll work our way up to 7A. If you look at the way things are, their rival is in the playoffs still. That's Lynette. They would meet in the semifinals for a chance to play in Jordan-Hare Stadium, but and I think they'll beat West End, and then they'll have the winner of San Roque Tanner. But the game to watch is going to be next week. I'm not trying to give Lafayette a bye over Sheffield because Sheffield's 9-2 and Cleveland's 8-3, so they're both formidable opponents. But we've got to talk about that. They play a 10-1
community college. You'll know you made the best choice. Whether choosing a technical degree program, taking courses to transfer to a 4-year college or university, or being a part of our national championship winning traditions, get a sharper focus on your life by choosing one of our 3 convenient locations: Alex City, Childersburg, and Talladega. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
Don't you know?
I think it's a great idea.
Look, as long as they'll have me, I'm going to keep going because this is one of the more fun events in this state all year long. Peer discussion. They both roll out the red carpet every year. The other one tries to outdo the other, and it's just more and more fun and a bigger and bigger event each year.
It is. We love it. We're 4 weeks away from heading down to Auburn and calling these games. It's always a lot of fun. We appreciate all of the affiliates throughout the state for carrying our games. You can also pick it up on AL.com and AHSA.com. So many venues to pick those games up. We'll slide into 4A now, talk about these second-round matchups coming up. A team locally, Tallahassee at St. James. Tallahassee having a good year, 8-3. My good John Mass down there, the offensive coordinator. He's really felt good about their team. They're playing a very good St. James team, though, at 10-1. Your team, you picked in 8-3 leads. Will be at home against Andalusia, who's 10-1, so they'll have their hands full Friday night.
They will. I've just always been in that squad, so it'd be interesting to see him playing in Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was another one of those.
Can't pick a team, absolutely refuses to punt, and does not know how to kick a ball. McGill and Enterprise, Central Phoenix City, and Auburn.
But if you're up there, you deserve to be up there. I mean, as far
Lex Wedgeworth Pest Control.
I don't care.
no more dangling chads.
No, I don't care who you voted for. I really don't. I don't want this to go on anymore. Whoever wins, whoever
move
wins,
on?
that's it. Let's not challenge anything.
And is 8-3 heading into the playoffs.
Let's talk about the Central.
And we'll be glad to highlight those times. Saw me looking like this. And so that was real nice.
Whatever. And I think,
you know, maybe you're injured and
needs customs.
Need personal legal attention. To me and my staff, you will not just be another number.
Interesting.
The thing is that 11 o'clock start, it was one of those games where it all favors the road team. Vanderbilt scrappy. They were coming off an off week. I really wasn't against Alabama in football. Stay tuned.
Only consider it an honor, but a privilege to assist you in meeting your insurance and financial services needs. Whether you call in, click in, or walk in, I sincerely look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Jackson Refrigeration is Central East Alabama's Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer. With rapid response time and on-budget pricing, we're Central East Alabama's and the area's authorized Goodman Heating and Air dealer. We make your peace of mind easy. And
Dasher from UGASports.com. He covers, of course, the Georgia Bulldogs, and they've got a big one coming up, the South's oldest rivalry this Saturday against Auburn. Anthony, how are you tonight?
Hey, doing well.
Thanks so much for being with us. So the Georgia Bulldogs, they've had some rough bounces, some tough luck this year, but they go over to Lexington. They get a huge win against the resurgent Kentucky Wildcats. What's the mood of the team right now?
I think the mood is definitely a lot better than it's been maybe the previous 2 or 3 weeks after losing to Vanderbilt, Florida. This was a game, Kentucky came riding pretty high with, actually in the pitch for the SEC East title for whatever that's worth right now. But, they were playing good football. But, Georgia, to their credit, was able to, for the most part, eliminate the mistakes they've been making. They were finally getting a running game going, which had been non-existent the previous 2 weeks, and put Rodrigo Blankenship in position to kick a game-winning field goal. So it's a big win for him from that standpoint.
Yeah, Blankenship in those glasses, what's up with that?
That's just, he doesn't want to wear prescription contacts, so he goes with goggles. So,
well, as a guy who once wore rec specs in junior high, I can certainly sympathize with him. Okay, let's talk about.
So just remember that.
Yeah, let's talk about Jacob Eason and his progression through this year. He's going to be, unfortunately, compared to a couple of guys who have
had a lot of strengths to talk about this year. Their front seven is not bad. I mean, it's young. I mean, look at the defensive line. Georgia's routinely, rotating out 4 true freshmen, which is something you don't see a lot in the conference, anymore. But that's what they've had to do, and so far Georgia's not, again, like I said, not done that bad. But Auburn obviously is a different animal as far as the running game goes. At least the conference, second to country, and it looks like now I guess that Petway is going to be able to go, and he's obviously a big load at 6 foot, 240 pounds. That's something other than maybe Jalen Hurt when he was in Tennessee they haven't had to deal with this year.
Anthony, I guess I should ask you, as it came out as a 9-point favorite in terms of Auburn, what do you see as a prediction here for this game?
It's hard to say. I mean, it really depends on what Georgia team shows up. And honestly, I'm not just because I'm talking to you here tonight. I mean, I haven't been able to peg them all year long. It's been a very up and down team. I do think playing at home will give them a little bit of some juice. But again, they haven't faced a running game like Auburn this year, and I'm really sure how they're going to respond to that. They played a North Carolina starter, which came in with a strong running team. They were able to shut them down for the most part, but they haven't seen the weapons that Auburn has right now, and it's going to be, I think, a tough one for them. 9.5 points. We'll see. Georgia hasn't, had a home game with them been that big of a underdog in quite some time. But again, the way Auburn's playing right now, you can kind of understand why. But we'll see. I still think it's a game that could possibly go 4 quarters. But Auburn, like I said, is playing just very well right now. They've obviously got a lot to play for here.
Well, Anthony, thanks so much for being with us tonight. Good luck to your Bulldogs this weekend, and we'll catch up with you again soon, okay?
All right, see you.
That was Anthony Dasher from UGASports.com covering the Georgia Bulldogs. He does such a fabulous job for them. Go check out the website. We'll be back in just a minute with more Sports Blitz Live.
Purchasing a new home is easier than you think, and America's Home Place can show you the way. For over 41 years, we've built thousands of homes for people just like you. We guide you through the entire process from purchasing a lot, finding financial options, to putting the finishing touches on your beautiful new house. Come tour our showroom and see over 100 customizable floor plans. Visit us online at americashomeplace.com/TV for a free floor plan book. America's Home Place. We make building easy.
Boaters in the Lake Martin area know whether you need service, maintenance, repairs, a great selection of pre-owned boats, or a brand new Landau pontoon. Alex City Marine at the corner 63 and 280 is there for you. Thanks to a record-setting sales year, Alex City Marine now has one of the finest pre-owned inventories they've ever had. Repairs, service, routine maintenance, for all your boating needs. See the pros the locals know. Alex City Marine at the corner of 63 and 280. Check them out online at alexcitymarine.com.
If you knew that underage drinking starts at younger ages than ever before, even in elementary school, you would talk to your kids about drinking right now, wouldn't you? If you knew that kids who drink are more likely to be involved in violence, school failure, or injury, you'd do what you could to prevent it, right?
Alcohol is a drug, and we need you to help us understand that before it's too late. Choose to refuse to lose your team to the dangers of underage drinking.
Meet the new Met of East Central Alabama, David Shabo. By new Met, we mean MetLife Auto and Home. With MetLife's 146-year reputation and David's 18 years of local insurance experience, you and your family get the best coverage, rates, and service for auto, home, life, or business. Ask about MetLife's Grand Protect policy. If your home were destroyed by a covered loss, MetLife pays the full replacement cost. No depreciation and no cap. That's the peace of mind that only MetLife can deliver. Meet the new Met, David Shabo of MetLife Auto and Home, 334-321-7250 or davidshabo.metlife.com.
Listen up. Save over $10,000 on Ram 1500 crew cabs during Ram Power Days. Lake Martin's Ram Truck Headquarters.
Buy it at Bice.
BiceChryslerDodge.com. You better hurry. It's the Jeep Celebration event with the biggest savings of the year on every new Jeep in stock.
Drive in for the savings. Drive out with the win.
BiceChryslerDodge.com.
Choosing a new roof or having to repair your roof can be very stressful. Preferred Roofing knows when it comes to your roof, you need not only the best product, but more importantly, you need a reliable and trustworthy roofing company to install it. That company is Preferred Roofing. Working for both commercial and residential properties, you can trust our licensed and trained roofing contractors. Don't wait any.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Russell Do-It Center, offering a complete assortment of lumber, building materials, electrical, and plumbing supplies. Russell Do-It Center stores deliver first-class service, top-rate products, and competitive do-it-best pricing.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live here. About 40 minutes or so left in tonight's show, and Luke, we'll take your calls. 1-800-782-0108 or 256-234-6464. The new college football playoff poll comes out today in the midst of everything else that's going on. You needed another poll out there for your liking. Washington moves up into the spot where Texas A&M was, where they should have been last week. I don't really know what this committee was doing with that. I mean, to slight Washington, and they looked really good. I know they may hadn't played the schedule A&M had played, but the inevitable happened. We knew it was going to happen, and nothing else changes. Washington slides up there. Alabama stays at number 1. Auburn stays at number 9. At number 2 you got Clemson, and number 3 you got Michigan. Can Ohio State somehow work their way up in there before it's all said and done?
I think so, but if Washington wins out, they're going to be in. That's why last week didn't bother me at all. I mean, again, maybe we're coming out with these too quickly, but I like them, and it is some discussion to talk about these polls. I have no problem with it, and I think that having Washington not be in there last week, it just didn't bug me, because I do think Texas A&M has played a tougher schedule, and I do think you should reward that. And then, because it's not a poll for where they think they will be, it is a poll for what you have done. And now, If they'd put Ohio State at the number 4 slot, I would have been totally fine with it. In fact, Washington probably would send the committee a thank you card because it would give them motivation moving forward. They played pretty well, having been quote-unquote slighted from last week. And Michigan and Ohio State are going to play each other, and I doubt very seriously, barring carnage, that both of those teams make it into the playoff. I guess it could happen should Washington lose a game. I think it could get very interesting. And then there are a million other scenarios, like what if Auburn and Alabama play in a classic game and Alabama loses by a point and Jalen Hurts gets hurt and everything else, and then Auburn goes on to play some rinky-dink SEC East team. Well, I mean, in the end, Auburn won't have a lot of big-time wins on their schedule outside of Alabama.
Yeah.
And then Alabama's schedule's been harder and they'll only have one loss. So do you put both of them in? Do you put neither one of them in? Do you put one in and not the other one?
It's a tough deal.
But that's why I think it's crazy to debate this that much right now.
You can. It's all speculation. What about Louisville? I mean, Louisville right now, I pulled up bowl projection. I'm going to talk about some of these here, and they're just projections right now. But Louisville right now, they've got them in the Orange Bowl against Penn State or Wisconsin. I think either one would be a great matchup, but they're saying Louisville left out of this mix.
And I don't think they probably should be. Again, their schedule just isn't very good. And
they had a chance to put themselves up there with a Clemson. I know.
They had their
shot. But here's the thing. You talk about here's where the BCS was versus the humans that are making these decisions. If a Deshaun Watson who's nursing a shoulder, and by all indications, they said he's one more hit away from probably being done for the season. That's not the same Clemson team.
I agree.
And they could possibly go on and to lose to South Carolina and then maybe lose in the ACC, or they limp through those games and win close. And then you got a Louisville team that's on fire that will play Houston at the end of the year, which isn't as good as they were once before. But you see what I'm saying? I mean,
I do.
You got committees that go, well, they still got Lamar Jackson. He's going to win the Heisman Trophy. Deshaun Watson isn't on this Clemson team. That's not the same Clemson team. I'm putting them in. They said when this committee was formed that they had the luxury of doing that.
I agree. Okay, here's the only scenario where I think you put Louisville in over Clemson. And that's if Clemson goes to if Clemson loses a game, but I really don't see their losing a game.
If Clemson loses to South Carolina, they're out.
Well, I agree with you. Who's going to watch that game now? Because those are the two stars of the program.
That's right.
I mean, Arkansas, when it all said and done, may wind up being the third best team in this conference. And that's a sad testament to this conference.
Well, it is. And I'm not willing to put them, LSU, under Arkansas yet. They got to play each other.
They play this weekend.
They do. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not ready to make that call. It does look like if Auburn takes care of business against Georgia, and they obviously beat Alabama A&M, they'll be 9-2 going into the Iron Bowl. If they lose to Alabama, they're 9-3. Everybody's got Auburn locked in the Sugar Bowl right now in New Orleans because that's really where the second best team in the SEC goes. And right now, Auburn's the second best team, and I don't think it's close. I mean, A&M, at the time they played Auburn, we were playing like crap. Let's just be honest about it. We didn't have an identity on offense. I thought we did a good job defensively of holding them to 5 field goals, but we couldn't manage to score points. Once we got Cameron Petway in there and Gus Malzahn realized, yes, he is pretty good, and he can run the football like he had told everybody in the offseason, then we found an identity. And now he's a little banged up. Can Auburn go on the road and play a wounded Georgia team that would love to nothing more than to knock Auburn out of this thing? But if Auburn takes care of business, it looks like Auburn will, at worst, end up in the Sugar Bowl against Oklahoma.
And I think that's probably where they should be. I mean, I would have a hard time putting them anything lower than that because who are you going to put over it? I'm stepping out here and saying I think LSU is going to have a tough time, even with Texas A&M losing their quarterback. I don't know if they'll face.
Well, I think they laid it all on the table Saturday.
That's what I'm thinking too, and because their quarterback situation, it's not like it's ideal either, and that's the problem with the SEC, Brett. Now that Trevor Knight's done for the year, now that Chad Kelly's done for the year, is Jalen Hurts your first-team All-SEC quarterback? I mean, maybe it's Austin Allen, who I also love Austin Allen, but it's kind of hard to put a quarterback there who lost 50, 60 to 30.
I think Jalen Hurts deserves that accolade. I really do.
And even my saying that, I totally acknowledge the fact that he's got limitations throwing the ball beyond 15 yards.
Yeah, but I mean, that it is. I mean, there's all types of flaws for everybody you can pull out, but overall, the big picture, he looks like he is now the best quarterback. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, go ahead. You're on Sports Blitz. Caller, you with us?
Go ahead, caller.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey Brett, remember this is James. I was just calling because, like I mentioned to you, the game for me, it's not about
I can't hear James. You're real low, my man. I need to get you to speak up a little bit for some reason.
the game for me is Georgia.
That's right.
I said that all along. It ain't about the other teams because we haven't done anything that we want to do, in my opinion. We were supposed to beat the teams we beat. So my thing was, you beat the team you're supposed to beat, and then split with the teams you weren't supposed to beat. Like we lost Clemson, we lost to A&M. Now you got Georgia and Alabama. So at least get one out of those wins for me. And Georgia did it. From what I look at Georgia, what is Gus gonna come up with now? That's what I'm saying. Well, now you've been his Petway been taken away from you. What you got in store now? You know what I'm saying? So this is the game for me. I'm not 9-3 for me is good if we can beat Georgia. Alabama be icing on the cake. But for me, as you want me to get back on your bandwagon, Gus, you gotta beat Georgia for me.
No, I agree with you, James. We need to go over. I mean, Auburn's a much better team. Even a wounded Auburn team is a much better team than this Georgia team. And a loss to Alabama, which you would naturally assume if they can't take care of business against Georgia. Now, 8-4 ain't terrible, but right now, Auburn's got a chance, at worst, to go to the Sugar Bowl and play Oklahoma. And if they beat Alabama and go to the SEC championship game, who knows where they could end up. They could make it in the playoffs. So a lot to play for this team right now.
Let me ask you one more thing before you go. Now, your defense is playing pretty good this year, but I done seen these last two games, I done seen some problems. Now, I don't know if we too vanilla. I don't know if we just want to go again like we used to be. Used to let the defensive linemen just try to manhandle their man one-on-one, but we are not creating a pass rush. Sometimes your man can't beat a man. You have to create pass rush on the defensive backfield side. You can play zone, but you got to play smart zone. And you can't just play zone when a man got to go 10 yards against Vanderbilt and your defensive back go 12 yards, knowing that the Vanderbilt receiver got to go 10. So I'm not seeing – my defensive backfield is not that strong for me. And for some reason, looks like Kevin Steele, which I agree, he's done a great job. But for the last two games, I know we were going to have problems against Ole Miss, but Vanderbilt went up and down the field on you pretty much.
Well, hold on. Let me. How many points did Vanderbilt score?
I don't look.
They scored 16, and let me just say this: Vanderbilt's got a great running back who's second in the conference behind Petway right now, and what they went to is they didn't run him a lot because they couldn't run the football. What they did do is what Ole Miss tried to do, and that's dink and dive down the field and throw these little two-step drop passes, which was successful. They converted a lot of third downs, but when the field shrunk up, they couldn't move the football. And when teams have to change their identity and their game plan, a lot of times they don't win. Georgia has to run the football to win. They've got to have Nick Chubb to run. They've got to have Sony Michel to run. I've already heard that they're looking at the way Ole Miss and Vanderbilt move the football. If they do that, James, and Auburn doesn't turn the football over, I love that. That's what I want Georgia to do, because I don't think they feel like with their front on offense that they can run the ball against us. And if we can force them to throw those little those little two-step drop passes for 6 yards, well, then so be it. It takes a lot to go down the field like that and not make a mistake. So they will be playing in our hands. Now, Kevin Steele's going to work on this. He acknowledged it in the press conference this week. We got to shore that up. But what we are doing is taking away teams from what their strength is and running the football, because we have improved a lot up front.
I agree. Just like I said, for me as an Auburn fan, Georgia was my game, and it's upon us, and just to tell me if I'm going to get back on this bandwagon or not.
And I don't blame you, James. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the phone call. We got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue these discussions, run down some more of these early, way too early bowl projections. Stay tuned. More Sports Blitz Live coming your way right after this.
How expensive can kids really be? All they need is love, and love is free, right? They're tiny. How much stuff can they really use? I'm still gonna get a new car every year and take the best vacations. Maui, here we come.
Life can surprise you. So can an Allstate agent. Only they can get you 2 safe driving bonus checks a year because every little bit helps. The good hands are doing more than ever before.
Call your Alexander City Allstate agent, Alice Palmer, to learn more today at 256-215-3833.
Do you know that C&T Electric offers a home protection plan for your electrical system? Are you wondering what this is or why you need one? Just like your heating, cooling, and plumbing systems, your electrical system needs to be maintained also. With C&T Electric's home protection plan, you receive annual electrical safety inspections, priority service when you call, discounts on all electrical services, and the dispatch fee is waived on all calls. Call C&T Electric at 256-234-0007 today.
Got your eye on a new Nissan? It's time to zero in on huge savings at Lynch Nissan of Auburn. 0% financing is back in a big way on many of your favorite Nissan models. For a limited time, buy today and save up to $11,000 off MSRP on remaining 2016s as we make room for the 2017s. Get up to $5,000 off MSRP on the new Rogue SL or 0% for 72 months. Just click it and pick it now at lynchnissan.com. Lynch Nissan of Auburn, I-85 and exit 51.
Hi.
We're looking for insurance.
Oh, let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Did your team just win the big game? Are you looking for a unique way to honor a valuable employee? Lila's Engraving has you covered, offering a large selection of custom trophies and plaques. Lila's also offers cast aluminum car tags, custom engraved wine glasses, clocks, and wood cutting boards. They even offer custom framing for any art or picture as well. Lila's combines the best quality items with the fastest service around. With over 27 years of experience in the Alexander City and Lake Martin areas, Lila's Engraving is your only choice for custom awards and engraved gifts. Always remember, winners choose Lila's.
I'm attorney Dane Sharp. If you've been injured in an auto accident, don't choose an attorney simply because they have flashy television commercials and tons of billboards. Call a local attorney who can give your case the personal attention it needs and deserves. For over 20 years, I've handled hundreds of auto accidents, and I take pride in the personal service we provide and the results we obtain for our clients. So if you've been injured, give me a call today and put our team to work for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live, presented by LMG and S&S Discount Tire. Brett Pritchard and Luke Robinson here with you. Just for a few more minutes, got a great interview that we've had some requests. We want some people to see that they didn't see it. Scott Hardy, of course, our Scott Hardy, was able to catch up with the counselor at East Mississippi Community College, the lady that was pretty much the star of Last Chance U. And we've run that out there, had a lot of hits on it on media. We're going to replay that tonight. Several people wanted, man, y'all interviewed the girl on Last Chance. I said, yeah, and of course you knew who did it. Mm-hmm. You know, Scott would work his way in for that one. So, but Scott did a good job there. Councilman Scott Hardy there, newly sworn in councilman there, part of our Sports Blitz team. Congratulations to Scott on his new role here in the city of Alex City. But Luke, we'll go back to some of these bowl predictions and look at some of the SEC teams. Now, one has Miami, Florida, and one has North Carolina playing LSU. Now, here's where you start working up how these teams finish. You got Arkansas and LSU left. You got Florida still has LSU left. Will really determine on how these games play out. They've got Texas A&M in the Cotton Bowl against Western Michigan. Now, they pretty much locked Western Michigan into this Cotton Bowl. What do you think about that?
Well, Western Michigan's undefeated. They're playing tonight.
They're playing tonight. That should tell you.
Well, I'm just not and they've got, I like P.J. Fleck, their coach. I mean, he's interesting, and he's got all that row the boat stuff. And, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I would love to see him at a bigger job. I don't like that we are forced to see some of these smaller teams. I still think LSU against North Carolina is much more intriguing, or Texas A&M. That'd be a wonderful bowl game.
Yeah.
I mean, if they won't play, let's force them to play.
That's right. I agree with that. Talking about forcing somebody to play, 1 year removed from leaving Georgia, Mark Richt could possibly face Georgia in the Belt Bowl up in North Carolina. What year? I mean, we talked about it earlier in the program. When I saw that early projection, I went, man, that alone will garner attention.
See, and to me, that's what bowl season's all about. They've gotten smarter with some of these things. You don't necessarily just have to slot people in. He
may kick a winning field goal to beat Auburn, and I have to come back here.
11 of 18.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the irony. Is he misses not responsible for the kick six, but he's on the front end of the kick six.
Yeah.
And then he goes 5 of 5, out kicking Daniel Carlson last year, which is pretty phenomenal. But look,
he couldn't sniff Daniel Carlson's foot.
In the grand scheme of things, that's Alabama's Achilles heel. You can talk about going deep. You can talk about all these other things. In the end,
that's the phenomenal thing, though, about Alabama is that most teams could not get away. It would cost them 2 ball games.
I agree.
It would cost them 2 football games at the minimum to have a field goal kicker. But Nick Saban continues to run him out there.
Well, they tried to sign Eddie Pinheiro, who ended up reneging on his commitment signing with Florida, and I think he would have taken Griffith's job. And now they've got Brandon Ruiz, who's going to be in the Army All-American game out of Arizona, coming in next year.
Yeah.
But, But
Alabama has notoriously struggled with kickers.
No, not in my whole lifetime.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying on the podcast. I grew up with Peter Kim, with Van Tiffen, with Philip Doyle, with Michael Proctor. That's it.
Purchasing a new home is easier than you think, and America's Home Place can show you the way. For over 41 years, we've built thousands of homes for people just like you. We guide you through the entire process, from purchasing a lot, finding financial options, to putting the finishing touches on your beautiful new house. Come tour our showroom and see over 100 customizable floor plans. Visit us online at americashomeplace.com/TV for a free floor plan book. America's Home Place. We make building easy.
Russell Do-It Center and Russell Building Center, locally owned and operated with over 30 years experience providing a wide array of lumber, building materials, hardware, electrical and plumbing supplies, paint, tools, and garden products. Our employees' superior knowledge and top-notch customer service allows us to help select the best products that will work for you. We provide free product estimates and takeoffs, free local delivery, and ask about our price match promise. Russell Do-It Center and Russell Building Supply. Experience and knowledge from the pros.
Excitement awaits you on beautiful Lake Martin. Alex City Guide Service can provide you with a charter trip of a lifetime. Licensed charter guide David Hare has over 20 years of experience on Lake Martin, specializing in live bait fishing for trophy-sized saltwater striped bass, largemouth bass, and spotted bass. Call Alex City Guide Service today at 256-401-3089 or visit them online at www.alexcityguideservice.com.
Your comfort is our #1 concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's train dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our #1 concern. Call 234-5052, and we're there for you.
get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you. Got to get to Gills. Selection and price. Got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills.
Did you know that Gills Auto Sales now features the Prestige Selection at their North Lake and Opelika locations? Gills Auto Sales now has over 100 Prestige vehicles in stock. Newer models, low mileage with bank financing available. Come see the Prestige Selection at Gills Auto Sales North Lake location and their new Opelika location. Gotta get to Gills.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Hyundai of Auburn. You owe it to yourself. Call Hyundai of Auburn today at 334-321-0777 and visit them online at HyundaiofAuburn.com.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, many have deemed you as a breakout star, one of the breakout stars of the documentary. How has life changed since the airing of Last Chance U?
My day-to-day life is probably very similar. I mean, not much has changed just with the day-to-day life. I still work here at East Mississippi, raising my daughter and just doing the normal things that we've always done. I think the difference is that a lot more people care about it now than ever have. So just, the Twitter followers, Instagram followers, just the fans, the emails that I get, being pulled in a couple different directions, maybe with media interviews and appearances, speaking engagements, things like that. But my day-to-day is pretty much the same.
I got you. And so something that I'm interested in knowing is, do you feel the athletes and the community college athletic culture as a whole were represented appropriately in the documentary?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I feel like they did a really good job of just portraying exactly what happened. There were no scripts. I never felt pressured to do something a certain way, or, plot lines weren't induced. I felt like they were just here capturing junior college athletics and how our year went at East Mississippi. And I do feel like it was a very accurate portrayal.
Gotcha. And something, too, you've previously mentioned a pretty progressive idea of providing sports as a major at colleges and universities. Could you give us insight as to that and how you came up with this idea?
And then having, the team the football team that we have and the success that they've had, knowing that this is kind of the last chance and guys are depending on me to help them get there. I mean, it is a lot, and you're dealing with a lot of different personalities. For me, sometimes the players are a lot easier to deal with than the coaches. So it's just a balancing act, and the day-to-day sometimes can be pretty stressful.
And the reputation of the Lions prior to the documentary was pretty solidified anyway, but post-documentary, what has this done for the brand of EMCC?
I don't even think we're really seeing the full benefit of this yet for East Mississippi. I mean, I think we're a household name now, not only in the United States.
Absolutely. And to anybody who's watched the documentary and knows that you looked like a natural on the screen, has this created any type of aspirations to do any acting?
It's funny, like some people have asked if I was real because I think they thought that everything else was real and that I was an actress. I'm not, and I've never acted before other than like a high school play. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm open to all possibilities. I don't know that I never in a million years dreamed that would be a possibility. But I'm certainly open to wherever life takes me from this point.
Yeah, and before we wrap things up, we're in the heart of SEC country here, and Auburn and Alabama in particular are usually going to dominate the conversation. And one of the players that you had the opportunity to advise
If you currently have an FHA mortgage, this commercial is for you. Most people that currently have an FHA mortgage are working with Home Place Mortgage to refinance their current loan. Several items have changed to make now the perfect time to refinance. FHA has reduced the amount of monthly mortgage insurance. Current interest rates for FHA loans are at all-time lows. FHA has eliminated the need for new appraisal. Most people will be able to refinance with little or no closing costs. This is the opportunity that you have been waiting for. Call now to start saving.
Over the years, S&S Tire has grown into the Lake Martin area's largest volume tire dealer. S&S Tire offers the industry's best brand names: Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal, Firestone, and much, much more. The tire pros at S&S offer professional installation and the region's best price. In addition to your tire needs, S&S offers full automotive mechanical work for all your vehicle maintenance and repair needs with the area's most experienced staff. Visit either of our 2 locations on Cherokee Road in Ellick City or at South Street in Dadeville. At S&S Tire, we're installing peace of mind for every customer we serve. Every job, every day.
When you need plumbing service, call on the professionals at A&M Plumbing LLC. For over 20 years, our mission has been to provide the best possible service available in the industry, and we specialize in solving difficult problems. We offer a wide range of services, such as installation, service, repair, and replacement of common fixtures, water heaters, toilets, faucets, drains, sewer lines, and septic tank pumping and cleaning services. Unlike many companies, our septic tank services include field line testing. Our knowledgeable staff will be happy to answer any of your questions. So call A&M Plumbing LLC today.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
Show Enough Barbecue. Since 1990, we've been serving you the finest barbecue in Alexander City. Gerald believes in cooking fresh meat daily, and the secret to that is, I'm not going to tell you. Show Enough is just not about barbecue, but also known for fresh vegetables and homemade pies. That's where I come in. I'm Linda Sanford, better known as the Pie Lady. We also do catering. For more information, give us a call at 234-7675.